it going? Matthew Bailey Media here, and welcome to another small vlog on the channel. Well, I guess it's not really small because it's sort of a big milestone for me. And if you can't tell by the title of this video, this is sort of me celebrating the 3 years of living inside of this apartment. That's right. It has now, as of the day this video gets posted, July 18th, it would have been 3 years since I first moved into this apartment and spent my first night here in the apartment. Now, I want to just talk about what has happened in the last year since I made my 2-year anniversary. And one thing, now I will say this is kind of something that I need to discuss because I know this is on my main channel, but I'm only going to bring this up briefly. So one thing that did happen since the last milestone of living in this apartment, unfortunately I did end up stopping my support towards a guy that I used to like very much at one point, but it wasn't until like the last year and a few months or whatever when he started doing things that I was not too happy about. And then when I tried to, be supportive and just try to get his mind off of some things, he just wanted to keep insisting on being obsessed with this kind of stuff. And that, of course, is dude known as JP or Jonathan Haldeman. I unfortunately I haven't supported him since August, so only a month after my 2-year anniversary of living in this apartment. I unfortunately had to stop supporting him because of the way he ambushed me on a stream I did on this channel of all things. And unfortunately, I don't want to get too into that whole debacle. If I decide to do it, I'll make a video on my main or on the Matt Defense channel discussing it. But let me know what y'all think. But anyways, so that's the one negative that's happened in the last year since I've lived in this apartment. Now, another major milestone that did happen like a couple of months later from that unfortunate incident is actually good news, and that's that I got a new job that's actually much closer to me than where I live, and compared to my last job. But I'm not gonna say what it is, obviously, mainly because I want to be protective of myself. And I will say I'm doing better at this new job than I was at my old job, which I can mention because it's been mentioned before, and that's at the movie theater. But now I no longer work at the movie theater. However, I still go to see movies or whatever, like I usually do. If you noticed, I did post like 2 different movie reviews over the last around 2 days ago as of this recording, and that's for Jurassic World Rebirth and Superman. Great films, by the way, especially Superman. But aside from, like I said, getting a new job, the unfortunate incident where I had a falling out with somebody in the last year, another thing I have actually done in the last year is actually go on 2 vacations in that year, 1 year time span. So I went on a vacation in August of last year, right around the same time that unfortunate falling out happened. And then I recently just went on another vacation back at the end of May around Memorial Day week. And that was really fun because I got to, even though I got to only go in there for 1 day, I did get to experience the new Epic Universe at the Universal Orlando Resort in Florida. Great park, by the way. Really enjoyed the new Harry Potter ride that was introduced and everything. Now, I am planning for another vacation near the end of August, the last full week of August, or maybe into September, the week that goes into September, depending on when I can get this situated. But I'm going to try to see if I can actually take a break from Universal and go to the Walt Disney World Resort. And I'm going to try to see if I can stay in one of the cheaper hotels. It's just like with Universal. However, I do need to make sure that whatever I end up doing ends up not costing me too much money, because unfortunately Disney World, even though they haven't been seeing very good attendance lately, they still try to charge, and that's mainly because they charge ridiculous amounts of money just to stay at their on-site hotels and actually get for people to go into the parks and whatnot. Now, I did notice that a lot of like new things are coming to the Disney World Park over the next 5 years. Like they took away, even though I never rode this attraction, they took away the Muppets 3D attraction, and they're putting a new Monsters themed land with an actual indoor like door coaster or whatever for Monsters Inc. And that's going to be really interesting. They also have taken out the Tom Sawyer Island and Rivers of America attractions, which they're going to use that space to put both a Cars Land and a Villains Land, from what I'm hearing. So that's going to be interesting. And then in Animal Kingdom, they're rumored to do like a Encanto ride, retheming Dinosaur to Indiana Jones. And there are a few attractions in Epcot that have been opened up that I haven't gotten a chance to ride yet, like Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. I think they have a new test track that I never really went on before. They had 2 rides that were already open the last time I went to Disney World that I didn't get a chance to do, which was the Frozen Fever ride and the Ratatouille Trackless Dark ride. So might do those. And then aside from those, other new attractions that have opened up since I've been to Disney in like 7 years is the new Star Wars themed land in Hollywood Studios, as well as Tron and Tiana's Bayou Adventure and Magic Kingdom. And so there's a lot of new stuff that I haven't done yet. And again, I haven't been to Disney World in 7 years. Since 2018 was the last time I went. And that was when they opened up Toy Story Land, which I did do when I was last down there. Now, I will say that being able, in the 3 years that I've been living in this apartment, again, I've gone on, let's see, I went on one vacation about a month after I first moved in here. I went on another one in August of 2023 and August of 2024, and now I went on one in May. So I've gone on 4 vacations, really, in the last 3 years since I moved into this apartment. Now, the only reason why I was able to go on a vacation back in May or whatever this year is because of my new job that I got. I'm getting paid more per hour. I get better hours and actually get a lot more money because of it. Because the thing I didn't like about working at the movie theater is that they always, even if we had a really good busy movie, and even on days like Tuesdays and Wednesdays during the summertime when they had like these $2 ticket movies that they play on Tuesdays and Wednesdays right smack dab in the morning. When I used to work there, they would schedule so many people to work during that time, and then they would just send home a bunch of people that they wouldn't even schedule too many people that long or whatever. They would actually schedule them for like I think it's like 10 to 2 or something, and then boom, they're gone. So that's not even, because to be fair, 10 to 2 is what, 11, 12, 1, 4 hours, which is not really a reasonable time for whatever to work. I think 6 or more hours is better than I think 6 to 8 hours is a much more reasonable time, and especially if you work at least 3 or more days, which is what I've been doing at my new job. I work 24 hours a week at minimum, and I work a max of 26 if they can manage to fit that in, maybe even adding a 4th day. But still, that's pretty great for my new job. And like I said, if you noticed, in the last year, I've also posted quite a few different videos in the past. Like I said, I posted 2 different vacation videos for 2 different vacations I went on in the last year. I also went, and like I said, I'm going to hopefully go on another one come the end of August into September, maybe, depending on how well I can handle it. And let's see, what else? Like I said, I've done quite a few videos in the last year since I've been here for 3 years now. And I've already renewed my lease agreement for a 4th year now, so I'm going to keep living in here until at least the end of July next year, and we'll see how things turn out from there. But I will say this. It has been like the greatest thing I could have done with moving into this apartment by myself, even though I've got 2 different bedrooms. This one that I'm sitting in is my recording studio, and I got another one out across the hall that's where I sleep. And now y'all seen some videos in the past of me just being in my living room, which is actually out here behind this wall. But aside from that, everything has just been so great. And again, I've gone on 4 vacations in the last 3 years, and that's a pretty decent record. So, anyways, that's all for now in this short announcement video. And like I said, throughout the 4th year that I've been living in, that I'm going to be living here, I'm going to hopefully go on another vacation before the end of the year. Maybe do some other videos. Not sure what, but I'll let y'all know when I get a chance. So, anyways, I will see all of you guys in the next video.